Did you feel unsettled by the unexpected setting of the Old West? Was there reassurance at finding the familiar prisoner riding into town, but mixed with discomfort at finding him in such unfamiliar surroundings? Were you comforted a bit to realize that the same perpetual efforts by the prisoner to escape were followed by the same inevitable capture and return to prison? Was it a relief to be able to say to yourself, oh, everything's not really different, it's only the locale, the same wonderful, dreadful things are still going on? My answers would all be yes. We humans are so lacking in genetically inherited knowledge of the world that we come to prize excessively the knowledge of the world we piece together with sweat and toil through learning. So much so that a peculiar response to plugging in the coffee pot could shake some of us, not to mention what would happen to our equanimity if we awoke one day to find that our everyday world is decidedly reminiscent of the village. In order to cling to the comforting sense of familiar certainty, people have denied for astonishingly long periods that the earth revolved about the sun, that germs cause disease, and even that smog is largely produced by automobiles. How does harmony console us for all the discord between it and our expectations? Well, first it offers the stereotyped characters of the familiar Old West myth, the crooked judge, the saloon girl, the bad guys, and the strong, silent solo hero riding into trouble. There are the guns, the sheriff's badge, the jail cell, the whiskey at the bar, the rope that drags and hangs men. Then there are the cliches. Harmony's a good town. I'm not for hire. Now get. Once again, the prisoner seems extraordinarily vulnerable to womanly charms, especially for so old-fashioned and hackneyed a hero that his only screen counterparts usually wind up kissing nothing more pulchritudinous than a horse. But the prisoner's ever-present yearning for trust and tenderness is no more to be denied than is that of the hardened harlot who is ashamed when she blushes. When suddenly we see that the various stereotyped characters are literally cardboard cutouts, we share the prisoner's sense of horror at having lived and loved through a nightmare that was real, only to awake to a reality that is a nightmare. Kathy wishes harmony had been real. So does number 2's young henchman. To them, dying for ill-starred or even psychotic love in their roles as tart or madman is clearly preferable to living only to annihilate minds in their role as secret operatives of tyranny. And so the prisoner is back in the certainty of his familiar horror, the village, and we and he are all comforted that all's well that ends badly. It will be there when next we wake to reassure us with its ghastly predictability that we do, after all, understand and therefore can laugh at and maybe one day master the scary facts we had to struggle so long and hard to grasp. In today's rapidly changing world where the familiar and the certain have short lives, the big problem is how to raise a child so that his comprehension won't begin to lag at 5 and become hopelessly obsolete by age 15. That requires, as Bertrand Russell put it, learning to live with ambiguity. And that means not leaning too heavily on the deceptive narcotics of familiarity that is cruel and certainty that is phony. Be seeing you.